a flat bar and a hammer. We got the cover off. Let's see if we can get a hold of this one. There we go. Look at that nice stuff right there. Hello. It's morning here for me, so good morning or good afternoon if it's later in the day when you're watching this. I have a project I've started. I needed to put in new foundation vents. I believe in another video I showed when we had a winter storm coming, I had no way to close these vents. These are original to the house, about 30 years old. I don't know if they were automatic and supposed to close when it's cold, but they just stayed open. There's screen missing, so I use zip tape to keep insects and hopefully the slithering things out of the crawl space. So I went to Lowe's and this, I believe it's Solar Tech. This is the only brand they had in stock. The only difference was brown on the outside or black. And I'm going to show you, I've done this in one other. I've got my vinyl here, the starter strip is right where this, as you can see, this fits back in, but it's got a lip to sit on the outside edge. And I had to cut the top off in order to get this to fit. So let me get started and I'll make some comments as we go. And there's a helper. I've got to keep them out too. I really don't want to spend time trying to get them out of the crawl space. A flat bar and a hammer. We got the cover off. See if we can get this. The last one I did, I knocked it inside. Let's see if we can get a hold of this one. There we go. Look at that nice stuff right there. I knocked back any edges on the mortar here. I think we have plenty of room width and height wise to put these in, because this is, you can see how much smaller it is than the flange. So see, I got a buddy that wants to go in. Not right now, Luca. And these are held in. There are these four I'll call them tension bolts. They screw out and push against the side of the mortar. I'd like it a little more secure, so I'm going to use clear silicone here on the back side to get a nice fit. But let's test fit it and see if it'll go in. So this is the offender. This was mounted like this. For some reason the nails, there are only two nails holding it, but they wouldn't come out. I'm just going to drive them in and then hopefully this will fit better. Like I say, this is the offender. I had to go get some gloves and think about it. So let me pound those nails in. I'm trying to, as gently as I can, get this in here, because I've read online if you pinch this, deform it too much, the vents won't open and close properly. Also, big important with these, check that they work, actually close. I put them one by one because that's all we had room for in the chest freezer, and go check on them in 10 or 15 minutes. These openings should be closed. So that's a good tip before you go and do all this work, is check them out, see if they work. If they don't, yeah, Lowe's has a great return policy. Just exchange it for another one. But it'd be not much fun to do all this work and then find out one didn't go in. There we go. And going to scoot it down and center it a little bit better in the hole. I'm gently tapping this. Seat bottom. And there we go. See how it's right against the vinyl here? There's not a whole lot. I don't want to do anything with the starter strip, so it's going to deform this just a hair. But I can't think of another way to make this work. If you've got an idea, send me a note. But I'm going to silicone the sides after I get done, and it will be ready to go. So all I'm going to do is tighten these 4 kind of like pinch bolts and not over tighten them again. I'm trying not to deform this. There we go. So I'll finish that. That's it for today. Like I say, remember, stick these in the freezer first, make sure they actually do close, and then put them back out in the outside in the sun, see if they open. Why not check them before you put them in? Like I say, if they don't work, you could exchange them. I've got other projects in this crawl space. I've got to do this crawl space. There was a small attempt to insulate it, so I don't have any floor insulation. That's got to be done. I got to finish the pipe insulation. I'm also putting down a good vapor barrier. I've got now 6mm plastic everywhere, but I am taping the seams with zip tape and also securing the 6mm plastic against the wall with zip tape, and it's working. So I'll take you down there sometime and show you that. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you viewing. I know Kelly's projects are more fun than mine, but I hope this will give you an idea of how to attempt one of these foundation vents. Like I say, not many tools, and what you run into, either the hole's a little too small or too big. Hopefully there's mortar you can knock out if you need to enlarge it. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.